Hello, friends. Jerry and I are back. Jerry,
Hi,
how
Liz.
are you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing very well. You know, the weather's really nice over here at the moment.
We had good weather today, 16 degrees. It's like a heat wave for us. Hey ho. But at least there was no rain, which is good. Noticed the red for Valentine's Day yesterday.
Yes, happy Valentine's. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Thank you. Well, just a couple of announcements. First of all, for those of you that are saying, Liz, we don't want to see your black screen cut in when Jerry's talking, I swear to God, I'm trying to fix it. I'm not very tech savvy. Hopefully, I figured out the problem today.
We will see.
Yeah, which we will see. Second thing, Jerry's getting pretty booked up. If you want to book a reading with Jerry, you need to email him. There's no website, there's no YouTube channel. He's exclusive to my channel only at the moment. Jerry, did you know that? Did you know that you're an exclusive?
I've never been told that before, Liz.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
So if you want to email Jerry, it's Jerry Klein Tarot at outlook.com. I'll have that email address in the comment section. Now, Jerry, we're doing Richard Simmons tonight, and I know that you don't know a lot about him, which is actually quite good. So
yeah,
your energy cannot influence the reading.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say hello to Angela. Angela, you didn't get your name. You didn't hear it. You say last week. Well, I'm making sure you got it tonight. Joanna, can't wait to see you. Manny, hello, Manny. I used to work with Manny. Great guy. And I'm looking forward to speaking to Keisha later, and Sylvia and Linda, and got the list is going. I basically added a few extra bookings in just so that I can clear the backlog, because I hate people waiting too long, and at least this way then I can get through the list. So please bear with me. I am trying my damnedest to get everyone read and keep everyone happy.
Yeah. Thank you, Jerry. And a big shout out to our colleagues in Hendon. Whoop, whoop. They found us. They found us. The cat's out of the bag now, Jerry. They found us.
Well, Manny's starting a CAD course, I think, this week, and no doubt it'll go around like wildfire. But hey ho.
Do you remember that time while you're shuffling? Do you remember that time we had an earthquake in the middle of the night and Muriel was walking across the floor and everybody's like, bloody hell, Muriel. You know,
bloody hell, Mario.
You put on a few pounds. She was so offended by that. She's not overweight at all. She's slim. But she took offense. Yeah.
She's not now.
Really? I haven't seen her in a while. Oh my God. Don't get catty, Jerry. We'll get back.
Right.
Hey, I remember that time. Listen, I remember that time some poor cow came into work. She was down in the dumps. And she was sitting there. I can't remember her name. And she was sitting there and you're like, what's wrong with you, love? What's wrong with you? You look terrible today. And she says, oh, me and my boyfriend, we split up or something like that. And you turn out, so I'm not surprised with that bloody hairdo. What made you do it like that?
How I lasted nearly 21 years is a miracle.
I know. How we didn't get
people
fired.
Poor Fiona, I remember thinking sometimes she used to put her fingers in her ear and go, la, 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 la. I didn't hear that.
I know. Yeah.
Right.
You ready?
We need to crack on because Keisha's waiting for me. God bless her. And we'll see what we can get out of this. So Richard Simmons, all I know about him is he was, I don't know, was it 70s, 80s? He was big out there, keep fit and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he's vanished. That's all I know about him and nothing else. So let's see where we go. Oh, were you going to check what star sign he was?
July 12th, 1948, I think.
Oh, okay. Not spring chicken then.
No, no, but lovely. I
But
love
Cancerian.
cancer. Another cancer.
2 days before me. Actually,
Mm.
that's Orangeman's Day. King Billy. So the first card I have for our Richard is choices and decisions to be made around him. And cups, as we all know, is about love, relationship, and emotional matters. Okay, so I've either got news of a baby in his family circle or news of a new relationship. But it's cups, cups, cups. And he's an emotional person. But there is someone around him, either a Libran or a dark-haired male or female, that he does need to be wary of because they're not genuine. They're not around. Okay, not sort of for the right reasons. But we have got a heartache around him, so he's obviously going through some sort of upset turmoil at the moment. Because obviously the first 10 cards we pull is what's going on around them at the moment. So obviously the heartache follows on the fact that there's a loss of a female around him, and this person is guiding, protecting, looking after him from above. But there's a feeling of restlessness. So obviously going through this loss, that's probably what's bringing that on as well. But we've got the strength card and the strength to give him control of this recent loss and heartache that he's going through. I wonder if this is the case, but he does need to be on his guard. Okay, because obviously when you've gone through a bereavement, there's the vulnerability aspect of it as well. But there are positive changes ahead here for him and money coming in. It might be an inheritance, who knows? Because here at the moment, he's trying to balance, it's work-life balance his money, balance, his emotions, keeping everyone else happy around him. But he's kind of forgetting about himself. And this is where he needs to draw that in. Does that all make sense so far, Lizzie?
It does, love. It does. There was some sort of thing about, was he being manipulated by the housekeeper? He wasn't seen out in person. Was he ill? Has he had a sex change? There's lots of speculation because people love Richard Simmons, right? They love him.
What, even still to this day? I mean, I don't know, he's
Oh,
probably
yeah,
big back
yeah.
in the day.
Oh, I mean, even to this day, those of us that knew Richard Simmons, I mean, I was a kid. My mom used to work out to his videos on the telly, and I thought this guy is so great. But I was little. However, those of us that came across Richard Simmons, we love him. He's really got a big piece in everybody's hearts.
You had Richard Simmons, we had the Green Goddess.
Who's the Green Goddess?
Oh, some old lady. No, I shouldn't say old lady, but Diane something her name was. And she always used to get on breakfast TV with a green leotard, hence the name the Green Goddess. Never mind, we digress. So he's going through an emotional period here at the moment. And he's at a crossroads. He's got choices and decisions he's got to make. Which way does he go now? Where does he turn? Which way? Because he's walking away from a situation. So do you think he's still working?
No, he's not. I'm going to follow up this reading with an in-depth mind probe.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because he's been through his work. It's been a rocky period, but he's kind of moving on to calmer waters now. Is he still in the States?
Yes.
Okay. I've got the Earth Father guiding, protecting, looking after him. But his wishes, hopes, and dreams will come true. Do we know of his partnership situation, relationships?
I don't think he's in a relationship with anyone. I just probed him. I
Okay.
feel like that's part of the problem, the never having this solid relationship around him.
Okay. I've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn female around him though. She's a bit of a perfectionist, whether it could be someone that manages his career because of the Pentacles aspect of it, but this woman is quite prominent in his life. But there is happiness for this lady, whoever she be. Also a period of confusion going on around her as well. Okay, so I've got here 7 of Swords, which indicates deceit, deception, dishonesty. Now, if I get cups, boom, 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 I haven't, no. So I would say that with this woman, it's a case of you ask her how she is, and she just, the walls come down, that's it. There's no give, no take, no nothing. She's just a closed book, right? There's no cups to follow, but we have got someone in spirit, guiding, protecting, looking after her. Father figure, an uncle, brother, someone like that. Yeah? We've got the Queen of Justice. So her word is her sword. Her scales are balanced for a fair outcome in her favour. But she's no one's fool, and there are positive changes ahead for this lady. And that's the wish card for her. And we have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is the bearer of good news and news of a baby in the family circle. But there's definitely good news coming in for her. I'm going to go in the middle here. There we go. And this is victory in a situation for her. And this lady is a bit of a magician. She's got all the tools available to her. She just needs to apply them. She can kind of turn her hand. She's quite versatile, turn her hand to anything at all when push comes to shove. And I've got study and training courses for a younger person around her as well, which will lead to new beginnings. And the Hermit, which is indicating that there is light at the end of the tunnel for her. Are you picking up anything yet, Liz?
I'm trying to figure out who this woman is. So let me ask, who is this woman that is prominent in your life? This is his assistant. Is this the housekeeper? No, this is separate from the housekeeper. Is the housekeeper your assistant? No, she's a housekeeper. She's like a motherly figure, the housekeeper.
Well, you just took the words right out of my mouth, because if you look closely on this card, see the autumn figures? The autumn leaves, I mean, here, where are you there? Indicates usually that it, you know, when we're not sure who we're talking about, it's a kind of a motherly figure or someone that looks after someone quite a bit. But we have here a change of direction for the Chariot or a new vehicle around them. But this woman does need to stand her ground and overcome her obstacles.
I feel like he can be a difficult person.
Well, funny you say that, because I find that he's quite fiery.
Ooh.
And I've got changes around his home or moving home. He's on the move, but there is help and opportunities here for him. But he does need to hold on to his money.
Now that's funny you should say that, because I just got money's dwindling.
Okay, well, this is the Death card here. Let me see before we go into that one. I'm gonna go there. Cool. So the Death card on this occasion will be that he's come to the end of his current life cycle and he's going to the next period. So whatever it is he's going through, his crap is basically behind him. He shouldn't look back, he should only look forward. But he is a perfectionist in his work, though. The King of Pentacles is all about perfection, and also it's all about work, money, and business. So although he might not be doing what he used to do, there are probably more bows to his arrow, that, you know, things he can turn to, you know. And we've got the Communicator. So there's news coming in around his money, work, and business situations. But he has got major decisions to make, because the Pentacles here is like the major decision to come through, which is the Page of Rods is either side of the King of Pentacles and the Judgment. So he's going to be like the phoenix out the fire. You thought I was good before? You haven't seen nothing yet. It's a chance or the likelihood of him coming back, making a return to popularity stakes like he was before.
I'm getting a 0. Actually, he's got a bit of a manic issue at the moment. When I see him at the moment, he's very sort of hot and cold, like you say, fiery at times. Very
I reckon he could be quite controlling. He is a perfectionist in his work. He is fiery, but he's also a bag of emotions as well. because we have got more work coming his way. I mean, even at his age as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like he still needs the attention, you know? Either there's a Gemini around him that's close to him, or there is a relationship here for him. But it's small problems, nothing major. But we have the Ace of Swords, and this is victory after a struggle, cutting ties, new beginnings. Positive changes ahead for him, which will bear the fruits of his labour. Money reward card. We love a money reward card, don't we, Liz?
We do, love, we do.
We do. And the world is his oyster, travel. Which is going to lead to his celebrations. As I said earlier about the controlling aspect of him, he's quite controlling as well. But he has got the angel of temperance around him. And the angel is saying, take a step back, see what's on offer, and then make your decision. Don't go in like a bull in a china shop. He's got very little patience, I feel.
Oh, yeah, I think
now. And also the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's new beginnings around money, work, and business. I wouldn't be surprised if he did actually make a comeback. I don't know. How old is he now then?
Well, he's 1948, so he would be 76. No, maybe.
Well, yeah. You know what? I mean, I can't see him doing the workout exercises that he probably did back in the day, but he could be, you know, getting someone else involved in doing that, you know, a younger person for him. I want to see, okay. So we've got the Sun card, positive outcomes and happiness, the best card in the pack. Bum, 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 bum. But at the moment, his hands are tied in a situation. Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of manipulation around him.
Well, yeah, definitely. But there is an offer in the pipeline here, though.
It's all about his work, isn't it? It keeps coming around to he may go back out into work.
But, I mean, would you want to watch someone of that age exercise?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, I love Richard Simmons. Are you kidding me? He's probably fitter than I am.
There we go. We've got battles and arguments around this offering. Some jealousy going on around him. We've got the Earth Mother guiding, protecting, looking after him. But he has got to watch his health. There are health issues, obviously. But he carries a burden. So I think he's, you know, being a Cancerian, he does worry about everybody around him and, you know, make sure everyone else is okay. I think it's his time that he needs to start worrying about him, putting himself first, you know, not to worry about everyone else and what's going on with them, you know. All right, where are we going? Because there are times he feels trapped. But he's going to hear from someone from his past. That one's hiding here. What's this one? This is someone from his past relationship.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Financial security around him and security in a relationship. Right, I've got the Queen of Cups. So there's a female close to him. That's quite a lot on cards on that one. Let's see how we go with these ones and who this is. Right, situation with this lady where it's turned her world upside down. Now, depression is a big issue around this lady. We've got this Queen of Cups can also be quite controlling. But her money will balance. Yeah. There is someone around her feeling left out in the cold. And it would make a difference what she does. You know, banners, balloons galore. She could dress her room, roll out the red carpet all day long, get it together. The person will turn up and go, is that it? Is that what you've done? Not good. And there's a loss around her as well, which is what's turned her world upside down, which is causing the depression.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
we don't know whether or not he's had a sex change yet, because I do the mind probes after I do this video with you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm wondering if the sex change, so where we started out with a male and then now we're going into a female, if somebody did have a sex change, would you show both genders coming out in a reading?
Well, funny you ask me that, because I had a reading a couple of months ago, and the sitter, it was actually her uncle, and he came out as the Queen of Swords. And it was like I said, oh, I don't think this is actually a female. I picked up that it was a male that was like into cross dressing. And I kind of put it out there in a kind of a jokey format, not to offend her. And she went, actually, she said, you're spot on. She says, that is my uncle. He's a cross dresser.
Oh,
Yeah. Quite
does he
shocked,
do a
actually.
show?
Huh?
Does he have a show?
I hope not.
Well, London's always been known for some very good drag queen shows. We used to go. I don't know if you went on those nights out. We would organize those nights out.
No, I was a good boy back in those days.
Not according to that card, you weren't.
Yeah.
That's Jerry after a night out.
I haven't had a good night out in a long, long time. Right. So the person here is in limbo. They're waiting for something better to come along. Okay, but he does suffer, or they do suffer with backache. Money reward card. Money keeps coming back up. You see, money, money, money. You might have a point there, Liz, what you said there earlier. But there are reoccurring problems around the money, work, and business situations. And to prove us right, King of Cups, which is what Richard is.
So does that mean this is about him again?
I think so.
So has he had a sex change?
I don't know. I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
Are you picking that up?
I'm getting. Let me mind probe him. Okay. Have you had a sex change? No. Have you changed gender? No. No.
Okay.
But he's very camp.
Right.
For those of you outside of the UK, camp means like flamboyant. We don't use the word camp here.
What do you use?
Flamboyant.
Okay, cool. Well, I've got good news coming through for him in the next 8 weeks. There is ambition for a younger person around him. And God, there is also a fiery lady around him as well.
He's got lots of women around him, doesn't he?
But then again, what you were just discussing could be like the alter ego of him, where he is emotional, he is controlling, he is fiery. So, the fact you were asking the question about has he had a sex change, is he cross-dressing, whatever, it's probably, who knows what goes on behind closed doors. But those, because he's the King of Cups, those emotions probably are deep, very deep there inside him, But that's all we have.
I do get that he does suffer with depression and this need to be relevant.
Definitely, yeah. It's the sort of person that feeds off attention. They need it, want to be the center of attention.
And it temporarily pulls them out of depression, but as soon as that center,
it's over, that's it. It's going back down again. Yeah.
Do you drink alcohol? No. Are you on drugs? Now he's on prescription medication. Okay. As you know, over here, I don't think you have the same issues over there, but over here we have a bad prescription medication issue, like opiates and things like that. Do you have that over there at the moment?
Not that I'm
Probably
aware
not.
of. No,
Probably
but I know
not
what you
with the national health.
I know what you're talking about because I did actually watch something on Netflix about it. What was the name of it again? Because I saw it months ago.
Like it's an opioid crisis. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
doctors
they were giving these
here.
drugs out for pain relief, weren't they?
Yeah, and like people are addicted to them very quickly. So let me ask him this. Are you taking opioids? No. Do you take pain medication? He does. Why do you take He's got arthritis.
I'd say after jumping around all those years, he's probably suffering, you know?
Yeah. But he seems to have a big crowd of strong females around him. Wow.
I don't know enough to comment on him and his, but you know, persona and what he does. But I know who you're talking about because I remember seeing something not that long ago about the fact that he was big on, you know, TV over there for decades, and then all of a sudden just vanished off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he hasn't been seen in a long, long time.
Bit
Probably
recluse
in the
now.
probably in the Sun or the Daily Mail.
Nothing
The
wrong with that, love.
No, no, no. The rags. Yeah. Well, this is great. Well, thank you so much, Jerry. I think that's going to give us a lot more questions for the mind probe. Certainly, like the sex change questions. Who are these strong females that are around you? I do feel like there was a loss around him when you pointed that out, and I tuned in as you pointed that out. And I feel like it could be a motherly type figure that was a loss around him.
Someone
Uh,
close to him, definitely, or
yeah,
someone he would confide in.
absolutely. And he has a lot of issues around self love. There's a lot there. I feel like are you on medications for mental health? Yeah, I feel like he is on medication for mental health. And his mobility isn't as good as it used to be, I'm getting, which is a shame. He could have gone from exercise into TV personality quite easily. People
Yeah,
love.
crossover,
Mm, yeah.
like a chat show host type scenario.
Yeah, he would have been very, very popular, but maybe,
Who
with
knows?
the
He might come back on the scene in that respect.
I would love that. It seems like he's going to get a lot of something around work.
A lot of pentacles there in his reading for him.
That's good. Well, there's a lot of pentacles for you as well, love. That's why we'll end this one here because I know you got to go with all your readings. Are you pulling a night shift?
I'm going to do a night shift tonight. God, it's been a while since I've done a night shift, but it's the only way I can get through to catch up with my list. So I'm looking forward to talking to the lovely Keisha and then Sylvia and Linda and whoever else I've got. I know I've got them booked over the weekend, but I'm going to do them tonight. So just to say hello again to Angela, Joanna, Manny, and anyone else that knows me. Love and peace.
Wonderful.
Namaste.
Our friends, our old friends. I can't believe they found us.
I know. Don't know what you're talking about.
They'll be watching us in the middle of the night now in the witching hour.
Oh, well, they're a lot busier these days.
Are they?
Oh, it's mental on a night shift.
Are they still short staffed?
Yeah, I think the turnover is just still, people don't stay. They're not like us, old veterans where we used to do it regardless,
Yeah. Well, it takes a lot of emotional strength.
Oh God, yeah, it's a hell of a job to do, and I take my hat off to them that still do it. I miss the people that I worked with; they were fantastic. The place I miss, but the job, no. I've now doing what I enjoy most, and in the process of doing my other venture, which is coming along nicely.
Yeah. I'll never forget the time somebody called up and says, "Get the filth down here now." And I was like, who the bloody hell are the filth? Do you remember that? And you were like, just send the cops, Liz. Just send the cops.
Are you with me the night that we got, I don't know if you remember it. It was an evening program called The Bill.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where WPC, June Ackland had been kidnapped. And this guy rang up and he kept ringing up saying, given location of where June Ackland was. And it was a guy, a guy was actually saying that there's an officer been kidnapped and this is the location and he knows the name of, and I'm like, no, that's not real. That's off the TV. I said, I've just come in from my break. I said, and it's on the TV now. Don't pass that cab, mate, because I said, you're going to look the laughing stock. And he went, are you sure? I said, yeah, look at all the number of calls that we've had from him. I said,
yeah, they thought that the TV was real. That's so funny. I tell you, crazy. We had some fun times. You know, we had a pub fight one night in Finchley, and all the calls, you know, when there's a big thing going on, like a massive brawl, everybody's phoning 20, 30, 40 phones. And I had the governor and I had no units to send. The governor said, don't worry, I'll take that one. And I was like, look, no, Gov, wait for backup. And we had this little PCSO on a bicycle. You remember him? Who used to get to all the do you remember him? He used to turn up before everybody and he goes, I'll take that one. And I was like, oh my God, we've got a PCSO and the governor of the team going. This is not going to end well.
No.
You know,
you just know it.
They hit the Emma button. And this is PCSO. I won't say the number because everybody knows who it is.
Yeah.
This is PCSO. We need an ambulance. The governor's been nutted.
There's a surprise.
Yeah, and somebody headbutted the governor, and we had to get him, you know, on blues and twos up to the hospital. They broke his nose.
Oh no.
Yeah, you were there that night. You were.
I
there.
know. Yeah.
Well, we were
told not to go.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. And then there was that time Simon Cowell phone, but I won't go into that because we could get in trouble.
No, don't do that.
We didn't believe it was him.
I won't. There was a newsreader.
Your name was? What did you say? It's Simon Cowell. Do you remember? It's Simon Cowell. And the guy that took the call was like, no, really, what's your name? No, really, mate, what's your name? I'm bloody telling you, it's Simon Cowell.
And another time we had a newsreader phone up and she went, yeah, of course you are. And he goes, no, I am. And she goes, prove it. And he said, you know, whatever, this is the news at 10 or whatever. And she went, oh my God, it is really him. And I went, and I listened to it, I went, of course it's him, straight away. You knew the voice, you know?
That's so funny. When the famous people, well, we can talk about this one bloke.
Yeah.
He's dead. The one that used to go, you spin me right round, baby. That one.
God, Pete Burns.
Remember, he used to phone up all the time.
Oh, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? No, what you are? Pain in the arse. I'll spin you right around, Pete. Right, Liz, I'm going to do the lovely Keisha, so I'll talk to you soon.
Love you. Bye.
Take care of yourself. Bye, everybody.
Bye.